So today we are out here in Sacramento to help a wonderful, wonderful client just achieve some answers. We, as usual, go into the location with little to no information. That's how we like it. We want to go in there as raw and organic, as clear as possible, so we can absolutely clarify what's happening in a space without any bias, without any preconceived notions. Very simple email, very simple claim, which I really appreciated, was, hey, can you help me with some noises in my house? So, yes, as a matter of fact, that is something we can help with. We can find out, is there a scientific cause? Is there a spiritual cause? Is there both? Why would there be some random noises in the house? And also a little validation if there's other energy in the space. That maybe because this is a newer built location, there's not a ton of history for the home itself. Of course, we know the land can have sort of a factor in things. There is water nearby, that can be a factor. But I've been sensing some particular energy from before, like when we even got here, that they were sort of talking to me. And my ears have been ringing since we got in here, and now they're really talking to me, and I think that it is part of the equation in the space. What I feel so far is a level of curiosity. I don't feel threatened yet, although I haven't done my full walkthrough, so maybe there's other energies in other areas that might be a little creepy and a little strange, but oftentimes the unknown is just unnerving. If you don't know what the source is, hey, it could be one of your relatives bumping around and doing things just because they're trying to get your attention, or maybe they're concerned about something, but they're just, they're just being curious. They're not trying to actually harm you. But of course, even if it's, a relative, it would be sort of startling. One of the energies that I felt initially when we were first preparing to come here to this case was a gentleman that stepped forward to me and so excited. He was so jazzed up. He was like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get to talk. We're gonna do this. Oh, I'm so excited to express that I'm here, to confirm that I'm here. He seems to be moderate height, not terribly tall. He's showing me maybe 70s, 80s age range, give or take. I'm having a hard time really dialing into him all the way. His hair seems a little thinner, but he's like, yeah, and it got a little lighter in my older years. And he's like, but look how good it looks now. Like, he's really proud of it now. So he must have, obviously we were restored when we go to the other side. I think he may have possibly worn glasses, because he's like, I can see everything now too, and like he's really excited about this. And very nice, like very sharp guy. Seemed he could clean up nice, would dress nice. I see him like buttoning a shirt. I don't know if it's like a dress shirt or something. He's buttoning himself up, and he's like, yeah, I cleaned up real nice. He's looking really cool about things. Very, very protective individual. I feel like this is possibly a father figure more than likely, because he has that very doting, protective energy over our client, and he's like, look at my princess, look at my little girl. Like, she's she's clearly an adult, but he's still treating her like, oh, let me protect you, let me box you in because I want you safe, and he's just a very good guy. He's a very nice man, very hard worker. His standards and morals are really, really commendable. And there's a few other spirits that I'm feeling here as well. There is a female that, a little bossy, but also so sweet. She really, really, really means well. And she's just like, I'll wait my turn, but I'm going to get my turn. I'm going to get to what I need to say. And I'm going to get my point across. And her hair seems a little bit shorter. And she's also showing me a younger age. She wants to show me her restored age when she felt stronger and healthier. And her hair seemed a little bit more like brownish, or maybe a little highlights to an auburnish, but it's brownish hair. But she's then showing me later in life, she's like, well, I embraced the lightning of it. It's fine. It looks good. She's very much with her traditional values, like meals and things. She's actually trying to set the table for something. I can see her setting the table for some reason or for some purpose. One of them is making me feel a lot of pressure in my chest, and I'm having a lot of discomfort right here, and it's really kind of heavy. And they're fine now, but they're giving me this expression of something was uncomfortable here, and really tight, really, really tight. And when I was standing in the hallway, I felt a weird metallic taste or uncomfortableness in my tongue, and I don't know if that was coming from a dead person or if they were showing me somebody else's physical problem or physical symptoms or something wrong with taste. There's a taste issue with somebody. And then there's a younger male, and I can't get a bead on his age at all. At first I thought he maybe was in his 50s, but now he keeps shifting. I really can't tell, but he's in the kitchen and he says, you know, he's moving things. And I'm just having fun, I'm not hurting anybody. And I think that the older male actually gets involved in that. Sometimes they like, I don't know, it's like a game. It's some sort of game that they're doing. So I'd like to kind of explore these souls. There's actually a couple more that I'm feeling, but they're not stepping forward. So I don't know if they're connected or not. I think that when we do the full walkthrough, that we'll probably get some more answers, and through the equipment as well, on who some of these souls are and where they fit. Because it feels like there's a few different layers of energy that's going on. There seems to be there's this younger male, and he's much younger, and I can't figure him out for anything yet. He's like so far in the background. So I'd like to get him to answer about who he is or where he came from. He seems to be something with the neck is bothering me. So I'm just going to explore them all. We're going to explore them all. We're going to get some answers to who everybody is. In a moment, we'll talk to our client and get a little bit of a beat on things with her as well. But we'll conduct the full walkthrough and see where that leaves us. I'm just feeling the energy a little bit, sort of grounding into it, marinating into it. Somebody is making me feel kind of a funny metallic taste. So I'm trying to figure out why they're showing me that. They're saying this is a symptom? A funny metallic or weird lack of taste, something with the tongue. Weird. They're showing that to me for some reason. It's a strange feeling.
Did they have that? Or?
Well, they're just showing it to me as something significant for some, and I don't know why. Sometimes they just show me little bits and pieces of things that either are related to them or they're related to somebody that they know, dead or living. Mm-hmm. But they're just showing me some sort of weird tingliness in the tongue and a funny taste in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And so I don't quite know what it means. Yeah, and sometimes I don't ever get the full 100% picture of it, and then we end up kind of playing connect the dots with, you know, what I pick up and what I sense. So I'm not sure, but man, my ears are ringing really loud. Mm-hmm. The female's getting louder too. She's getting a little bit, she's got a very sweet, sassy, spicy sort of, but very loving vibe too. It's like, I like her. I feel like I could, she would hug the hell out of you, kind of energy. So I like her. I'll be right with you, ma'am. You hang on there, sweetheart. We're more than happy to experience everything. I keep feeling like I hear stuff clattering in here. It's weird. I feel like there's movement in the cabinet. I hear tapping. I hear it like, you know, so like some tapping. It's not like a lot, it's just light tapping. This looks like a young human's room. Mm-hmm. This energy in here is working on their place and trust in themselves and in the world. There's a lot of figuring it out. There's like a figuring it out sort of energy in this space. So does that make sense to you?
Very much.
Okay. They're getting there. It just, one day I want this, one day I want that.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. Get them squared away. Yeah. This is a neat space.
Yeah, So like a sort of Zen space, huh?
Ah, this ringing is loud.
Yep.
It's like, how did that get in there? Apparently he likes it in there. Yeah, the older male. It's very loud. It's like, but I want to show you everything. I'm like, sir, I can't be tainted. I have to spend short bits of time in spaces. I can't be looking at everything. That's how we do this, as cold as possible. I have to just feel. It's my job to feel. It seems like visual phenomena could happen in a space like this. Like lights or dreams. Something visual, some sort of visual and auditory phenomena would happen in this space.
I think that makes sense too.
Okay.
Mm.
What is it? I'm going to show you what that is. Sometimes I feel that sleep is a real challenge. It's just like it's not working out too good. The balance of rest and awake is not, it's not good.
That makes total sense.
And that's, I'm trying to figure where that's coming from. I don't think that's necessarily a paranormal cause. That's a hodgepodge of things. Anxiety. They're telling me anxiety, health, hearing some stuff, some paranormal, pain. Somebody's in pain. Again, with the chest is hurting. There's some comfortability. An ability to breathe quite well. The female, I think this is mom. Honey, have you tried meditating? Is literally what she said to me. I'm sure she has.
I've tried.
This is the look I'm getting. She's like, well, you could try again. And this is like, look, it's this cute little busybody but sweet look on, and like little, like her hips are kind of there, and it's such a funny look that she's showing me. She's like, well, come on now, you can do it, and she's trying to be encouraging, but it's an amusing thing.
Yeah.
Very amusing woman. God, she's interesting. She's a neat lady. Very much thinks she knows, what's right.
Mm-hmm.
Her opinions. She has lots of value in her opinions.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, you should listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. Okay. And, hey, she's she knows some things. She actually does have some wisdom, so that's good.
Yeah.
It's not a bad thing. But it's just cute the way she's presenting it. It's kind of adorable.
Mm-hmm.
That was an interesting statement. She's like, and you could try some of them oils that people are talking. She's actually trying to lecture you about what things you can try to rest better in this space. So we'll deal with that in a minute. But she's got all kinds of advice. And your father seems to be, he spends more time in the other room, but he says that he spent a lot of time holding your hand and worrying about you about something. Like he said he spent a lot of time worrying to comfort you. He's tried to provide some comfort over time, is what his soul kind of does. So he, living and over on the other side, like he's showing like a bridge. So he's kind of done it on both sides of the bridge, of like trying to hold your hand and make you feel strong, is what he said. Those are the words that he's using. Ooh, got a sharp pain in the hip right there. Real tight sharp pain all of a sudden. Back, whole thing right here, just like all sciatic pain, just like a quick pinch. Like right here.
That, I think I know what he's referring to. When you feel that, I know what he's referring to.
Okay, because it's kind of sharp and uncomfortable. Like, oh, that stings.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk to you about it now, or do you want to wait?
You can validate this particular pain. Yeah, why am I feeling this? Because it hurts.
When I was a teenager, I got hit by a car, broke my femur in half, and he was the first one on the scene, besides the paramedics.
Yeah, oh my God.
And he was down on the street with me, holding me, and called me his nickname for me,
Okay.
and yeah.
Ooh, yeah, that's uncomfortable. So, and obviously he's showing that to validate, kind of what would make sense to you, to validate that it's him and that it's an experience you guys share together.
Yeah, he was actually
Such a good guy.
about 3 cars behind the car that hit me, 3 or 4 cars.
Oh my gosh.
So he was right there for me immediately.
Wow. He seems like a really doting, caring soul. Like, the fixer, the consummate fixer. I want to take care of, what can I do? How can I make it better? That type of thing. Let me just fix everything. That's how I feel about his energy. And I think that he still tries to do this, like even from a transitioned standpoint, that he still tries to help and do and fix and create solutions. So looking for signs from him, whether it's, a song, a commercial, something on social media, noises or things in the house, like he might be trying to get your attention to, do certain things or pay attention to the fact that he's trying to take care of you.
Okay.
That's kind of what it feels like. He's trying to keep you aware that he's helping. That's part of what I feel. That's not the only thing. There's all sorts of things happening in this space, but it's an intense experience in here a little bit. There's a lot of emotional response in here. There's a lot of emotions leaked into like the fabric of the space. There's a lot of tears, to be perfectly honest. There is a lot of drenched emotion that I can feel just like viscous in this space. I think a nice little smudge would actually lift up some of this. It would clear some of the clumpy energy.
Okay.
So I think that I think we can take care of that. But man, yeah, they're trying to help. They're really trying to help. But I can't figure out that younger male. I don't know who he is for anything. He's just like he's a younger male, and he's randomly popping in and out. Like I can't find him. He just keeps popping in and out energetically. No idea who he is. Yeah. This could be ancestral too, which is the problem. Is like it's hard to sort of get a beat on those. I mean, he could be 2-3 generations back, but he just keeps popping in and popping out, and
Hey, I can take all the help I can get.
I know, right?
I go back as far as
3 generations back, who cares? Fine. Because he just seems like to really pop in really quickly, but I can never get an energetic lock on him. So, and there also seems to be, I don't know, there's a male maybe in his 30s to 40s that I'm hearing him in the background, but he's not stepping forward. And I also feel another younger female, younger than the lady, and the lady seems much older. But there's another female that seems to be stepping in, but just kind of very quiet in the background. She's just like, I'm just here to help and watch. I'm just here to help and watch. And she doesn't want to be like intrusive. She's not trying to be intrusive. She's like, no, it's more important that these other souls come through louder. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody could stop your mother from coming forward in the way that she's going. She's like, I am going to be heard. So
that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
That's her.
So if that's the way she's going to be about it, then hey, we'll let her jabber jaw. And sometimes only a couple souls end up being the representative for the pack of souls, kind of, and they're the spokes people. And then they reflect and show me that you have a variety of souls helping you, but that there's 1 or 2 that are kind of the ringleaders. So
I think I know who the 50ish man is.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine from church who died of brain cancer.
Oh.
And we were youth leaders together. So I think about him when I'm with my church friends. I don't necessarily think about him especially in my bedroom. But
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they're just following me around,
just following you around. Okay.
Yeah. And he seems to be in the background, but just very helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Just a good old quiet helper, a silent helper is how I'm feeling about him. And that's what he's doing here. is helping. So that, I mean, that's good. I mean, you're, like you said, it just doesn't hurt to get more help.
Right. Yes.
So,
right.
Let's feel some more energy around us. Let's see. He's literally telling me he lounges in here and just hangs out.
My dad?
Yeah, he's just like, I like to hang out in here. It's comfortable, and he's just like, he's literally like kicking back, putting up his feet, and just like, yeah, this is comfortable. This is good, and he's very cozy.
Well, I'm glad he feels that way because this is him. This is the flag he had when he died. This is our family tree.
Oh, wow.
This is his sign when he used when he was an architect. So he probably does like to sit there and just look at, oh
my gosh.
look at what she's done.
What an awesome guy.
And these are his, what he got from the Marines. And,
oh, wow.
And his architect.
Holy cow. What an awesome guy.
Yeah, this is probably why he likes this.
Yeah, because that's what I was feeling. It's like he's just kicking back and he's got his feet up and he's just chilling.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad he likes it.
Yeah. Well, that's good validation for you and approval, like that he enjoys what you've done, and especially to honor him. So
yeah,
you're doing a good job in honoring his energy and his memory. That's interesting.
What are you feeling?
Not alone. And I don't know if it's just because they're following me or if this is something that would happen. Because I feel not alone. I feel like somebody's just there all the time. Walking here, people follow you. What are you doing? What's going on? Walk over there. What are you doing? Never aloneness is what I, like,
curious people. Curious.
Yeah, this is such self-doubt. But also amazing talent and ability and intelligence, but conflicted with doubt.
We can tell you a little bit about that when you're ready.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'd like to have an answer to all of this. Yeah, a lot of I just feel like I hear just like little. I continue with the little tapping and like little noises. Weird little noises. Oh yeah, no. Mom's got some opinions. She has got some opinions.
I want to hear them.
And, well, I think you're actually doing a fair job with paying attention to things and traditions and stuff she likes, but like she likes being in here and in this space, and she likes being in this space with you. And she actually is saying, I wish we would do this more.
I think about her a lot when I'm in here because when she passed away, I got some inheritance money, and I used some of it to remodel the kitchen.
Oh, okay.
And
so no wonder she spends time in here with you.
And the whole time I was thinking, about her, like kind of in a way thanking her that that she gave me that money and that I was able to do this, but also knowing that she loved home interior. She loved anytime she came to visit, we would be working on something in my house, to fix it, to make it pretty, to organize it, and I just feel like I hope she likes it.
Oh, she likes the design, yeah. She just wants to make sure that, like, you're utilizing it regularly. Because she seems to be the type that could get around a kitchen pretty well.
Yeah.
That she, had all sorts of things going all at once is kind of how I feel about her energy. And she says, when you come in here and you do that kind of stuff and roll stuff out on the, here, do all these things, like, she goes, I'm with you doing these things. We can do this stuff together.
Cool.
So she really wants you to be engaged in, any sort of things that you guys did together when she was alive, any recipes, any traditions. She wants you to bring them forward here so you guys can continue to do this. She's saying you're going to do it together. She's going to be right there next to you. So like to be able to feel her and know that she's right there. And not judging, but just, a pinch of this, a dash of that.
Yeah.
She's giving her advice because she knows that you're more than capable and you do a great job. And so she wants you to do that and, not just kind of give up on that, because there's something that she's saying about, just because if you don't think you have a ton of people to always make stuff for, it doesn't mean you can't get in here and make stuff.
Okay.
So she goes, you can cook for one person, 2 people, 3 people, 10 people, it doesn't matter. You get in there and get your hands dirty. So that's kind of what she's trying to impart.
I can totally hear her saying
Yeah, she seems like a cool lady though. I like her energy. Kind of reminds me a little bit of my great grandma in some ways, So
yeah, they made a great pair.
Yeah.
Yeah, they complemented each other that way.
He seemed to be the more laid back of the two.
Definitely.
He's the put up his feet, relax, but still take care of you, fix whatever he needs to fix for you, but very low key. And she's all into the business.
I don't think my dad hired a handyman once.
So the consummate fixer makes sense then.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
He did he's an architect, so
I
guess he kind of knew why, where the wiring is and how it all works. But he would put down the new floor, put in, everything that went on in that house. He did.
So he basically would take care of anything for anybody if he could, and he probably could.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. Because he seems to just be very low key. He seems to be an easygoing man, but also very protective, of the people that he loved. And he would defend the little guy and defend the family. And Mom just seems to be more in your business in a nice way, But she had really good opinions and she knew things. She was smart and, she definitely imparts her wisdom. But she's just much more the social butterfly, the vocal one. Whereas he's that guy to step up and take care of what needs to be taken care of. So they're a very interesting pair. And you definitely have those other souls that are kind of putzing around and helping, but very quiet in the background. Throat is uncomfortable with one of them still. I can't figure out what this is. And that could be 1,000 different things. That could be reflux, that could be asthma, it could be allergies. Something's going here for one of these souls, and the chest is very tight for somebody. It's just so tight.
The chest, you're feeling the tightness of the chest, is that a female or?
It feels like female energy, but I'm not sure. I can never 110% say, but it feels like it could be. But it's just so tight. And I'm feeling very tingly and uncomfortable in the entire, from here down to about here. Just very tight.
A friend of mine 10 years ago died of alcoholism. So you're saying chest tightness, but I was thinking, I wonder if it was drinking.
Well, the one with the throat, that could be some, because there is throat discomfort and feels, that one feels more like a percolating and it's bubbling into the throat and it's burning. So that could be that particular individual for sure. It doesn't feel comfortable, to say the least. But they're just showing you what they went through. They're fine now. No, nobody's having trouble now. All of these souls are transitioned. They're in the light. They're perfectly healed. They're perfectly fine. But sometimes they try to show me little glimmers of what they went through to say, "Hey, that was me. That was me." Give us sort of a little heads up on who they are. So one of them, it felt very, very tight and burny and uncomfortable right in through here. But then another one, I felt like I couldn't breathe. It was almost like a lung or a heart issue or something. And this part that just the chest didn't feel comfortable. It felt very weird and tingling. And the other one's still giving me that weird metallic taste that I have no idea what that means. It just like taste buds are broken.
But, I am a cancer survivor, and when I was going through chemo,
you look lovely.
Thank you. When I was going through chemo, I'm coming up to my 10-year.
Wow, congratulations.
But day 2 of the infusion, it would be metallic taste, and then it'd go like by day 3, I'm okay, and then I was normal until the next infusion.
So I'm wondering if one of them is just bringing that up as to validate that they were validating your experience.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering.
Because they do that sometimes. They'll just show me something about the living to say, we know all about this, we're connected to this person, we went through this either with them, either when we were here or on the other side. They're trying to validate that they understood what you went through.
I'm wondering about that.
That could be. Because it's very weird. It's something that I don't think I've ever picked up on a case, that particular feeling. I've tasted things like, by accident, things I've tasted copper and like horrible stuff like that, but this is a totally different taste. And it almost feels like an electrical charge on my tongue. It's very weird. So I'm like, that's odd. So that would make sense. Maybe one of them would just say, we were there with her, helping her out. Maybe that's kind of what they're giving the little nudge. Making sure that you know that you are always surrounded by love and protection. It's kind of funny because you're looking pretty damn good, kid. and he's like, all right. It's like very subdued, sweet, kind of like, all right, kind of oomph.
Yeah.
So, interesting man. Very interesting man. I think that probably we could maybe have a little seat and have kind of a little recap of what things that I felt so far that make sense, and then maybe break out some of the meters and see if we can't validate some of this and figure it all out.
Okay, so the when you went to the front door and you were tapping, that I have heard a thumping at my front door since I've moved in.
Oh.
So I've been here for 12 years, and I have heard that. And
well, that's validating for me, but that's also very weird.
yeah. And I have always said, so this whole land right here along Lockett Road used to just be like a big green belt.
Okay.
And when I was married and, raising my family and everything, I just lived on the other side of the fence, down the street, in this beautiful home with our little lab, and we would take our lab, he's a big lab, we'd take our lab and we'd let her run up and down this green belt and chase jackrabbits.
Okay. So, which is also fun. They enjoy that, yeah.
I mean, I keep thinking, are those jackrabbits coming back? I keep letting my dog chase them for years and years. But
not.
The thumping has never scared me.
It's just weird.
I have just always thought there's something there. And at first, I'd always just go straight to the door. Like I thought someone threw a newspaper at the door or something. And then I realized, well, opening the door every time doesn't do anything.
No, it doesn't help.
So, but my friends have heard it. It's not just me.
That's interesting.
I guess hear it.
There are so many different reasons for potential noises like that. I mean, it could be residual haunting because of the land. Who knows what this was going on in this land 200 years prior.
Well, and then when you guys were talking about being so close to the river, that's made me think. Well, that might be.
Yeah,
have something to do with
some sort of echo of the past that's just replaying on a big old record player loop over and over and over, and you just get to hear it.
Yeah.
So especially because the housing area, the homes have not been here that long,
right? So
it's clearly not a residual from the house, but it could very well be a residual of the land, or spirits just trying to be amusing too. That sometimes they just try to be funny and just make noises, just because this is fun, you never know. Some relative could be knocking on the door to come in. Like, I'm coming in, and then they just walk through the door, they don't know, but it could be a variety of things. But obviously, if it's not threatening, then that's good. That's helpful.
Yeah. That is one thing it has never scared me. It just seemed interesting to me.
Curious.
And I wanted to know why. And actually, I haven't heard it recently. Like, it used to be once or twice a week I'd hear and then now it's maybe once a month or not even that sometimes. So whatever it is maybe moving on or
yeah.
I don't know.
Or whatever purpose it was serving, has met its purpose, and it's kind of dissipating, and for some reason or another. And obviously, the more people that live in an area, and as you build living human energy onto a space, that imprint starts to take the dominant role versus the residual from the past sometimes. Every once in a while, they both conflict together, but you're depositing your own energy in this space too. Right. And so all of your thoughts, feelings, and memories, that will absorb. So 100 years from now, some of your energy could then replay for whatever is here then. Which, they'll be like, what is that? And, maybe another incarnation of ourselves. We'll have to come investigate that, but you never know. But I'm glad it's not scary, at least.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then something you said in the bedroom. So I was asleep one night, and this was when my mom was still alive. My dad had passed, and I had a dream, and it's very rare. In fact, I think that was the first time I'd ever had my dad in a dream.
Yeah.
But he was happy, and it was the first thing he said when you walked in, and you were kind of feeling my dad, and how he was that's how he was that night in my dream, is he just came up to me with his arms outstretched and was smiling and happy, and he wanted to just give me the biggest bear hug. Oh. And then I didn't get to have a conversation with him. And then I think it was the next day, maybe the day after that, but no, I'm pretty sure it was the next day, I got the call that my mom had a stroke. And so I flew back to Indianapolis, and I was with her until she passed. And now it makes total sense. My dad was like, she's coming with me. She's going to be with me. And he was so happy.
And he was trying probably to give you a little bit of comfort, too.
Like,
honey, I'm here. I'm taking care of it. It's fine. I'm going to fix everything.
It gave me so much comfort.
Yeah.
So much comfort.
That's awesome.
I mean, I was not scared for her. I was not worried for her. I just wanted her to be comfortable.
You knew Dad was going to take care of it.
Yeah. And I told her, I said, Dad's waiting for you.
Yeah, clearly.
I didn't know if she could hear me or understand me.
But no. Not only could she hear and understand you, but she could also hear and understand him. And so she got to experience he's there. I'm going to go there. My daughter's saying it's okay. Do you know how much peace and comfort for her soul to be able to transition in that way? I mean, that's a blessing. Yeah, that's a real blessing.
I'm so thankful that I had that dream that Dad came to me because being this far away from them, and then having to come home and
it was a visitation. It's a dream plus. It's it's beyond a dream. He was just coming to say, look, I'm excited. I'm happy. I'm going to take care of things. You don't have to worry. Everything's fine. And it was. And they're obviously fine now because they're visiting you. They're like, hey, we don't have to pay for plane fare. We can just come come visit anytime we want now and hang out. So they're loving that free travel.
Maybe Mom can comment on this. So I was with her a lot in the hospital. I would spend the night in the room, and then the last night I spent with her all night in the hospital room. When my sister came, I left to go take a shower. I went back to my mom's house to take a shower. I was going to come right back. And
she went, didn't she?
Yeah.
That was on purpose.
That's what the clergy told me at the hospital. Yeah. That he knew, I think, how much I'd been there that week, and he's like, she was just waiting for you to leave.
Yeah, her body and soul was ready to go home, and it went home just fine, but she didn't want you to watch the moment because she wanted you to remember the peacefulness. Mm-hmm. So that was very much on purpose.
So. Okay, Mom.
Yeah, she I know what's best, young lady. She's got that sweet, bossy undertone. Mm-hmm. So cute. Yeah. She's adorable. Yeah. She's like, I knew what was best for you, so I did what was best.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Mom.
You're like, oh, jeez, fine. No, yeah, she's a great little gal, though. God, such an interesting. A pair of them are very, very interesting. Mm-hmm. They're fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, so different, in some aspects and so much the same in other aspects. I mean,
yeah, they complemented each other,
mm-hmm.
and that's what a good pairing should be. And they just, because I'm kind of feeling, especially like your dad, he's just, I just want you to be happy. He wants you to be happy, and sometimes that he worries that the way you talk about yourself sometimes in the back of your mind, he's not sure how he feels about it. So maybe just watch the chatter in the back of your mind.
Okay.
What he's saying. I mean, that's personal to you, but he's just kind of, he's like, hey, I'm here. Lean on me a little bit, and mom too. But they know that they're just a little concerned that sometimes you're not just feeling your best oomph, and that you deserve to. They want you to be truly happy and embrace how amazing you are. They're like, we raised a really smart woman who can handle anything, and they're very, very proud of that. Yeah, mom has her opinions on, you should do this way and that way, like she's got her little ideals, but they're extremely proud, and they just want you to embrace how great you are, essentially.
Oh, that's so nice. Yeah. That's so nice to hear.
They're very supportive, even though, hey, in life sometimes maybe they have their opinions, but in death, all they want is your joy. So.
Yeah, I was going through a really rough divorce about the last year of my dad's life.
Oh, okay.
So I want him to know I'm glad that's in my past.
Yeah.
I've gotten over that.
Good.
I no longer feel that bad.
Burden.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, it's a matter of just embracing life and knowing that it's a blessing. And I think that's the thing that they want the most for you is like they get such a great perspective on the other side of life is temporary, but while you're here, make the most of it and have some adventures. I don't know if you want to go anywhere that's adventurous or fun, but they for some reason want you to take some kind of adventure. So
okay.
They're not giving me a destination for you, but somewhere they want you to go somewhere. They're trying to show me a picture of something, and it's not necessarily tropical, but there is water. There is some sort of body of water. For some reason, they want you to go somewhere fun, and I don't know when the last time you went somewhere is, but they want you to. I see a large body of water, so if it's like oceany or beachy or something, they're suggesting a beach trip. So, hey, this is just the dead. I like the ocean too, so can I take the trip? I'm good with that, but for some reason they're suggesting that you take a little bit of a trek somewhere, even if it's just like an extended weekend. If you've got a favorite place you'd like to go, or maybe somewhere new that you've been thinking about, but you haven't taken the time to do it. Apparently, you're getting.
A girlfriend of mine wants to take me. I turned 60 in September,
so
she wants me to. In fact, Rob and I have the same birthday.
Oh, very cool, very cool.
But yeah, she's been wanting to take me anywhere I want to go for a little getaway. And so I've been thinking of like the Central Coast. So perfect.
Well, okay then.
Yeah.
Well, the other side is saying go
do it.
Do it. You've got a friend that wants to take you to go do it. So there you go. Go to the coast. Because that makes everybody better and happy and great. Yeah. It is good for the soul.
Yes. I love the beach. It's so weird. I don't like to look at the water at night because it's the dark water.
Yeah, but during the day, it's just beautiful.
Oh, it's so relaxing.
Healing.
It's just like, oh, yeah.
Plug me into the ocean, I'm all right.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. So of other things that we covered that you would like to validate, anything else that we touched on? Obviously, the description of your parents' souls makes sense to you. Mm-hmm. Kind of their mannerisms and their...
Very much.
Okay.
Very much. Yeah, and I'm still wondering about the person that had the tightness in the chest.
Yeah, I can't quite figure it out either. If they just were showing it to me in this. So, because being an empathic medium, they're going to show me something that they'll feel. So this can be represented by 1,000 different things. This can be asthma, lung problems, COPD, reflux, allergies, cancer, anything. it could be all sorts of things that they're showing me, but I get this weird tingly pressure in an area that they're trying to identify. So, I mean, they may have just been showing me something that they went through, or maybe they're identifying something that somebody that they loved went through, but they're giving me this pressure deep in the chest. That's what they're showing me. And one of them, also, I just felt kind of a weird bubbling kind of in this lower abdomen area, like pressure in the intestinal tract or abdomen. There was some pressure down here as well. It was a quick pinch that I was feeling on one of them. So sometimes it's easy to identify who it belongs to or where it belongs. They could be identifying maybe a discomfort that you had or somebody close to you has had physically and that type of thing. Or it could have been something, it doesn't have to be related to their death either. It could just be something that they suffered, if they were a chronic, smoker, if they had like asthma or anything, they could just be showing you little things. The belly and kind of lower abdomen thing, that almost feels like a diverticulitis type of feeling or like a weird digestive issue.
My roommate he just had a colonoscopy at this age. They found out he had some
sort of issue.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, colitis is a thing. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Maybe I'm just feeling the living's pain out. Good. That happens too. Because I will pick up on the living and their issues as well. So it could be both.
I'll tell you one thing, and you can tell me if it was just weird. So I explained to you how my dad came to me. Well,